It's my favorite picture. Do you remember that?
My favorite picture? No.
Lion King. It's my favorite picture.
Oh my god.
Be kind, rewind.
Dude, I just watched that movie and I didn't get to the complete end of it. Ugh.
It's so good.
It is really good. We can talk about that.
It's one of the few movies that I actually own on digital.
Yeah. That one's so good. That's one of those, another one that Jack Black can be such a wacky person, but in that one he plays more of just the conspiracy bumbling idiot. I don't know.
Dude, but there is so much absurdity in that movie.
There is. That car, that
The fucking mufflers going out of that car. Oh, man. What's the mechanic's name? Wilson or something?
Wilson.
That's so good, man. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't believe they got
finally.
Oh, nice. I can't believe they got Mos Def to star in that.
I love it.
It's such a random casting. I wonder if he was just
indie movies always have they can be sneaky, those indie films, and just have a fucking banging lineup. All right. There she blows.
Yar. And I want to tell you about the video. It's got a couple bad things in it.
Just want to steal that and use it as our intro.
It is one of the greatest intros of all time.
Ha! Does he go from pirate to Englishman to
Yeah. It's like sports newscaster.
Pennsylvania dude? All right.
Bring us back to the back of the video. Want to talk to Dan Annie's? Go smack. Right. And I want to tell you. I told you I watched CKY2 the other day, and it was
Yeah.
I know that's probably one of my least favorite ones, but it's still so fucking good. And
I
it's
have
still
a memory of that being my favorite for a while. But
Yeah,
I think
you
I
always-
was wrong.
You always liked it. I always liked 3 because it had a couple of the older skits from 1 and 2,
No, that's
and then
4.
it just was the latest. Oh, you're right, latest and greatest. I always liked 3. I know that.
I liked them all. I think 1 was my least favorite, only because it was
So raw.
yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if I had. It's been a while since I've seen them. I don't know if I could rank them.
I think in CKY2, it's they're overseas a lot, dance around with Bjork and shit.
Yeah,
When the waterfalls and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the shoes that are as tight as footballs. Remember?
Haggard.
Haggard. All right.
That was the longest shoelaces I've ever seen.
Dude, they were tied 3 times, but they were tied because I don't know. It was
And that shoe had so many holes for the shoelaces too. It was so long. I mean, we could talk about CKY all day if you want. We've heard about it. Okay, here we go.
Good Day Galaxy.
Rogue Squadron podcast.
Back at it. Excited to
Commander
be here.
Cody.
We are Mopar.
We are Groot.
We are Groot. Now that you say that, I, of course, watching Disney Plus with the kid, I'm looking for just random stuff to put on. And we've been doing the X-Men, the old 90s X-Men, but I rolled the dice this morning and did the animated Guardians of the Galaxy series.
Oh, I didn't know there was an animated Guardians of the Galaxy series.
Yep. I
it
think
newer?
it's I don't know how new it is, but I think there's 3 seasons of it. It's a little weird because I think for likenesses, they had to everybody looks different.
Yeah. And different voices.
Yeah. So it is different. But
It's
you get it over it
interesting
pretty quickly.
Out of as much control as they have over the IP, it's interesting that they don't cross that over into literally everything. Because I noticed the same thing when a couple Marvel games were coming out past year or so. The trailers, it would be the same lineup that you see in the movies, but they look slightly different, and it's different voice actors. And I'm
Is
just
that
like,
why? Is that why? Because the actors themselves own their own likeness? Is that the idea? Like you can't
I
put
don't
my
know if
face
it's
on something else?
because they have it for like fucking merch and like action figures and stuff. But they probably, I mean, you can't pay Robert Downey Jr. to come in and do voiceover work for a video game. He's too expensive.
Right.
So I get that. I don't know. I was also noticed there's whenever we watch Hulu, there's a trailer for a new ride at Disney. It's a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And I noticed that it's Groot and Rocket in the cockpit and also Star-Lord, but he has his mask on and he doesn't say anything. Because obviously, like, it's not going to be Chris Pratt in the commercial
Right.
for a ride. He's too busy doing goddamn Tom Clancy movies or whatever. And Jurassic World 9.
I wonder if George Lucas knew that going into Star Wars.
That he wasn't going to be able to get Carrie Fisher to do a voiceover work for a Disney ride?
Yes.
He probably had a thought about that.
No, just kind of choosing non-famous people outside of Harrison so they can just get them to, okay, you're going to do episode 4, then we're going to do the Christmas special. You got to come over here and...
Don't get high before you do this, please.
Don't get high.
This is serious.
Actually, the only rule is show up high. You have to. And then we're
This is a very serious production here. We got these people from Cirque du Soleil. Do not disrespect them.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Sorry, I keep bumping my desk and my camera's just going like wild and berserk.
You're dancing.
Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special comes out this year. I'm actually looking forward to that.
That could be good. Yeah.
I assume it's just going to be a total spoof.
Yeah.
Off of the Star Wars holiday special. Or an homage, shall we say. Off of the like the unknown actors in Star Wars, Marvel's going the exact opposite. They're like, who's the most famous person that we can get to show up in this movie? Like they're getting, I don't know how they can still afford it. Like they have all of the top actors in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what they've done. Honestly, it's pretty impressive.
I don't know if you have seen Thor yet. It just came out. I won't spoil anything. But this was already in one of the trailers. Russell Crowe is in it. But it's just, you got to think, the lineup that they already have in that movie, they got Natalie Portman back. I guarantee she's expensive as fuck. Like, she didn't want to do it after Thor 2 for a while, so it probably took a lot for her to come back. And then, and then you throw Russell Crowe in there. Like, dude, you're racking up the bills.
Yeah, but they have the ability to do that. They're the biggest thing. I mean, name something bigger than Marvel.
Star Wars. It's I guess maybe 3 years ago I would have said Star Wars, but maybe not anymore.
Yeah, I think you are way off. Because isn't like out of the top 5 greatest films or most revenue films, like 2 of them are Avengers and one of them's like
2 of them are Avengers, one of them's Iron Man, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. Star Wars is up there though. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll be making a comeback here after the success of Kenobi. So, in retrospect, it's been 2 weeks since the Kenobi finale. Do you feel any different about it?
No, I don't.
It's all still positive.
It's still, honestly, yeah. You know what I did? I threw on the first episode of Boba Fett. Just an hour ago. Just to see how I felt going back into it. And I think it would be better in a full second watch.
As is, just in a second viewing?
Yeah, just in a second viewing, yeah. I think it needs to happen, to be honest, because I think now that I have no expectations for the story, which sucks, it is definitely a huge negative for me, but I think I can latch on to all the other stuff that they put in front of us. Now that I know, okay, episode 1, get this, he's going to be the new gangster on Tatooine. Okay, episode 6, guess what? He's still just the new gangster on Tatooine. And you're like, all right, well, now that I know it doesn't really go anywhere, I feel bad saying that. But I mean, he more or less solidifies himself on Tatooine. But He gets his ship back. He gets his armor. He gets his sidekick. That's all there. I'm hoping this is a launching point going forward. All this to say,
Yes.
I was actually much more engaged than I thought I would be. Just watching like 20 minutes of the first episode. He starts out in the Sarlacc. He's having those flashbacks in the back to Tank. They're going back to Camino and shit. I'm like, fuck, this starts so good. This starts so well.
I'd be curious to hear how you feel if you do rewatch the entire season. Because the problem is I remember episodes 1 and 2 being great. People were geeked. A lot of Tuscan stuff. You got the whole Bantha stick. I almost said Bantha stick. You got the whole gaffy stick and everything. I feel like we liked that. Even though there was a bit of dragging through the sand for you, I think we liked the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious to hear how you pursue through like episodes 3 and 4 and 5.
Well, I feel like you were the same way. We were kind of on the same line of thought with the whole series and even episode by episode.
But I'm not rewatching it right now.
But yeah, I mean, it's only 6 episodes? 7?
Yeah. You think it could be should have been a movie? Because this is going around with Kenobi right now. So there's 2 things that I've seen recently. I'll let you answer before I continue.
My answer to that is probably not. The format wasn't the issue. It was the story layout, which they sound similar. But what I'm saying is
that sounds like format to me. Yeah.
So format, I'm thinking series or movie. Like you could have plugged and played it. You could have made a movie out of it, and I think I would have felt the same way. That's not changing anything. The layout is more of how the story was laid in front of us. Mm-hmm. The pacing, the stringing along. That was the biggest issue for me. Mm-hmm. So I don't care if it was a movie or a series. I think I would have felt the same way. But maybe But I say that because maybe it would have been better because it would have had probably one director. So it would have been more of a fluid story. So yeah, arguably yes, I probably would have preferred a movie of it. But I'm excited. It's one of those things. We're done with Star Wars for another few months. Mm-hmm. It's only 6 episodes of Obi-Wan, only 7 episodes of Boba. We're gonna have some time here, so to stay in that Star Wars groove, I'm gonna need something.
So the unfortunate thing is, I wonder how much of this goes back to like COVID. Movies aren't doing well. Everyone's at home. This was gonna be a movie, but we need to flip it and make it a such and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is kind of annoying to me, but it is what it is. I like this. I like the idea of the story in Boba Fett.
I like the idea of the story in Boba Fett as well.
And that's where I think, like, if you introduce Cad Bane and Cobb Vanth and the Mandalorian coming back earlier on, it could tie you through the whole arc. Whereas it feels right now so isolated into that 1 episode, 1.5 episodes.
Is it
I
weird
wish I had time to just sit around and like fuck around in like Final Cut and just like toy around with editing, because I think it'd be fun to just throw an attempt at cutting that together.
I think it would have been nice to have Din in the flow of the story drop Grogu off with Luke, mm-hmm. and then go and help Boba.
Yeah.
How does it play out?
No, he
gets the starship.
To drop him off, but he comes back. Grogu made his choice. He's like, no, I want to be with Din Djarin. He came back.
Oh, that's right.
And he shows up in the middle of the battle. He's like,
in the middle of the battle, in a ship, by himself.
Don't worry, I got my, R2's with him, I think, right? But he's like, no, I got my chainmail, dude. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm safe. I got my big boy chainmail pull-ups on.
God, I wonder if they're going to kill off Grogu.
Nah, not for a while.
Do you think he'll still get trained? Luke cannot stand there and say you left. Luke left like 3 times in three movies. Luke, if you don't rush to face him,
I think Luke would definitely like accept him.
Yeah.
The question is, will he want to come back, or is he going to be he's a Mandalorian?
Mm-hmm.
See, now as I'm talking about it, it's like some of the outcomes in the show are so cool. Like there's man,
But they have nothing to do with Boba Fett. That's the
that is the issue. Yes, that could have been
everything we're talking about that's cool. R2D2, the fucking Nubian
right.
fighter. I like.
That's where when it's a movie, it's like, oh, it's a fun cameo.
Yeah.
It took up 15 minutes out of this whole movie.
Yeah.
But when it's week to week and it's a whole episode, it feels weird. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm not here to shit on Boba Fett anymore. I am excited to rewatch. I think it will be better. I think now that I've gotten over the crazy hump of I know there's going to be a weird scooter bike gang and like I know it's coming, so don't get overhyped for that. At least I'm prepared for that. That maybe I can kind of focus on everything else that happened out in front of us because like we're talking about, there's a lot of good stuff, of good stuff. So we'll see.
The reason I brought that up is because there's two things that came out about Kenobi since we last recorded. One is an interview with the guy who originally wrote the story for it when it was supposed to be a film.
Okay.
That then got readapted into the Disney Plus show, and it was supposed to be a trilogy of movies. And then the other thing is
it was supposed to be a trilogy of movies?
To be a film trilogy. Yeah.
Wow, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's weird. So like
that's a lot.
This, all we got right here in season 1 was supposed to be the first movie of a trilogy.
Interesting.
Let's
yeah,
look.
I mean, look, Solo's a movie. Why couldn't they just do Kenobi as a movie? Yeah.
Well, that's why if Solo was supposed to come out in 2021 and then COVID happened, they might have adapted it to be a movie or to be a series instead.
Just because people were home.
Yeah, I think it has so much to do with like
audience
driving Disney Plus subscriptions. You know what I mean? Over anything else. A couple pull quotes from this article. He's like, I wrote the film that they based the show on. So I spent a year and a half working on it. And then when the decision was made to not make any more spin-off films after Solo, I left the project. They took my scripts and turned it from 2 hours into 6 episodes. So I guess, yeah, it's right there after Solo. Dude, I can't explain. I don't have the right fucking vocabulary to explain how irritated I am that Solo is like the whipping boy for Star Wars movies. Because I think it's so good and had so much potential to become a trilogy of Solo movies. It just gets totally fucking shit on.
No, it does get shit on by the casual. This
guy wrote the fucking thing, man. I mean, I guess that's not necessarily shitting on it. He's just saying what happened. But
Right. There was a decision after Solo that, yeah, there's no more spin-offs. I know. I truly think if you are a Star Wars fan, I don't want to say Star Wars fan. If you are a nerddom fan like we are, I think you enjoy Solo. There's a lot to love. But I think the casual, like, oh, I've seen Star Wars. Solo sucked. And you're like, well, clearly you're not balls deep.
You got to be balls deep, man.
You got to be balls deep to enjoy.
What are you wasting your time if you're not? Come on.
I know. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I think Deborah Chow. Has Deborah Chow done movies?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Deborah Chow.
Interesting.
IMDb.
Season 2 could happen if fans really want it. The series has broken some viewership records on Disney Plus. A follow-up season isn't unlikely, but I think they ended it that way. You could just leave it there and jump to A New Hope, or they could make a season 2. They kind of left themselves open for it.
Deborah Chow looks like she's only done TV series.
Interesting. Well,
her entire career.
She's very good at it.
Yeah, I would like to give her the reins on a movie. Totally. I really enjoyed everything. Like, even if I didn't like what was going on in front of me, I still liked the setting, the feel, the tone, the theme, the stress. She just knows how to put it all together and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been lacking, well, even outside of Star Wars. I feel like there has been a slight lacking of that in a lot of the movies. They're going for that big aha Saw moment that we all know and
Saw moment.
That big
Like a
drop.
twist.
Yeah, the big twist.
Shyamalan twist. Yeah.
We're so ingrained to expect that we miss out on the full realm of what a director can do to create a story in front of us.
Letting somebody run with it. Yeah.
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 I have so I got a game.
Oh man, I love games.
All right, so I'm excited to do this because what we're going to be doing.
Games, dude. I love playing games.
What we're going to be doing. How do I add my share screen here?
You share screen, then you got to do a tab or a window.
Boom.
Boom.
Allow.
Yep.
All right, we're doing it.
Oh, there it is, dude.
So what we're doing, if you guys are not live with us,
Tier list.
Everybody's seen these tier lists.
Hell
the
yeah.
S, A, B, C, D, F, all the way down. S being the top tier, F being the bottom.
Fuck yeah.
So what I found was one built with 50 Star Wars characters.
Okay.
So
are we going to
this
collectively decide on this, or are you making one and I'm making one?
Well, I think we're close enough in age that we can decide this together.
We're close enough in age. We have the same exact opinions, and we disagree over nothing. This should work.
No, I'm excited because there are some. So there's clearly Clone Wars in here, original trilogy, and Rogue One. I mean, there's 50 characters here, so they filled it out pretty quickly. So
hell yeah, dude.
All right,
I got some thoughts already, baby.
So I want the only question I have is: do you want to go tier by tier? So we're just filling out the S tier, or do you want to go character by character and file them as we see fit?
That one, character by character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's have the chat chime in as well if you guys think our opinions are terrible.
Yeah. Let us know.
We won't change it.
Let us know.
But I do want to hear.
All right. So clearly, Ahsoka is going to be the first one, and she's going to just go right to the fucking top.
She belongs all the way at the top. Yes.
I'm not joking when I say this. I think Ahsoka is one of the biggest risks and best payouts I've ever seen in a Star Wars character.
Absolutely.
It was in such a weird Star Wars time.
It was.
The prequels were like coming to an end, and they were starting like a cartoon series, and you're like, well, what the fuck am I going to watch?
And
that's
series? All they had. Like that's all Star Wars had going for it was The Force Unleashed and the Clone Wars. That was it.
Yeah. And the fact that they gave Anakin Skywalker a Padawan. Right off the bat, if you ask me that...
I still hate that. I
still hate that too, but look how fucking awesome it turned out to be.
I know, man.
Straight up S tier. Everything that Ahsoka's in, it's great. I don't think there's a single scene. I'm sure there are in the Clone Wars, but I can't think of it because she does so many great things, and she ties so many eras together. And she's not a typical Jedi. She's not a fallen Jedi, which those are like the two options in all of Star Wars. Either you're a Jedi or you're Sith.
The closest that we're getting to like gray Jedi in canon.
Yeah.
New canon.
No, she's we can move on. We got 50 of these, but no, I clearly S tier.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting into the thick of it here real quick. So Holdo.
Admiral Holdo. I would say D.
Yep.
I don't think she's the worst thing ever. I think maybe a little too quickly used. Like I would have liked to see a little bit more of her. Yeah, to kind of get me behind her motives. Just like another 5 minutes.
I still feel bad putting her in D tier. I think there's a lot of potential with her. We just didn't get there.
Yeah.
The fact that she sacrificed herself was fucking epic.
And the Holdo maneuvers, dude.
I think that's one of the craziest things. I think the way, like you said, the way they used her really was not great, but I feel bad. All right.
It's okay.
Anakin Skywalker. All right.
Obviously,
next.
Yes. Asajj Ventress. It's tiny, so I'm confirming. Is that Asajj?
Yeah, Asajj. We're probably gonna be bumping these around, I'm sure. I'm gonna put Asajj in B. I really, really like Asajj. She's another one where like it's a huge risk to throw someone like Asajj in, and I think they took it too far with like Savage Maul or whatever the fuck.
Savage Oppress,
yeah. That's too far. But Asajj, the way she like matched with Anakin in those early series, my God, brutal. Brutal.
Also, that was, I always nostalgia go back to the original animated Clone Wars.
Yeah,
When you
exactly.
see the dual wield, it's so nice.
Yeah. So Asajj in B tier.
I'm cool with that.
All right, we're gonna be probably splitting hairs here real quick. All right.
I know. Because I was just
Grogu?
thinking, like, I love Grogu. I love the idea of Grogu, but he's still a baby. You know what I mean? We haven't seen his character fully fleshed out, so like,
Yeah.
he's cool, but he's not going up to.
Also a huge risk. Huge risk by bringing back a Yoda species and not
Oh, yeah.
really telling anybody anything.
That I've never heard one fan complain about.
It's crazy. It's
Never
really
heard
crazy.
that Ahsoka and, well, I guess maybe I've heard some shit about Ahsoka. Anyways,
So you agree with B?
I think so. Yeah.
It's weird putting Asajj next to Grogu.
A couple years down the true. A couple years down, fucking witch hunters hating on Grogu right now.
Yeah.
Fuck you. What?
He'll be biting his tongue here after.
You're on D tier right now. Fuck it.
Yeah. You slipped.
We're gonna
bro.
do a tier list of the patrons.
Of the patrons. All right. This is gonna be so we've got BB-8. In the grand scheme of things,
I love BB-8 though.
oh fuck, I was gonna put her.
Oh, dude, no, I was thinking like B.
You want to settle with C?
I think so. I think
Okay.
BB-8 is like, I guess, I don't know. It's hard to compare him alongside like Jedi and like fighters, but
Right.
if we're thinking droids and like you want to put R2 at like an A, then BB-8, he's a C.
Okay. It's the obnoxious stuff. It's the obnoxious actions that he does. The spitting of the coins was like, dude,
Yeah.
what do we even thought? And then when he hijacks that fucking ATST, and I'm like, dude,
That's true. That's the only thing I hate. That's not his
That's-
fault. That's not his fault. Don't blame him for that.
it's not. C tier, yeah. I think that's still maybe a little harsh on my end, but I don't want to bump him way up because we got a lot left here. Boba Fett.
I would say A.
Really? I was gonna say B.
Because that's the crazy thing is like after the show, even if I didn't love the delivery of it, I still love the character.
Yeah.
I still love what we got out of the character, and I love that Tamara Morrison's back.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Ski King.
This isn't gonna make you happy. I'm gonna leave him at B, but as we place everybody else, maybe it'll open your eyes that because I think A
open
tier,
my eyes. You're the one that needs to open your eyes.
right? But A tier is we're gonna start plugging people into A tier, and you're gonna say, okay, well, Boba Fett's clearly not on their level.
Open yourself to the living force, my guy.
All right.
3PO. Can you put 3PO down on F tier? I just think he's so annoying, dude.
Are you pissed about that,
Dude, you
B tier?
just argued with me about Boba Fett, and you put 3PO at B.
You know why? Because I like 3PO better than BB-8.
Oh my god, dude.
You're right.
You know,
he's
I-
annoying, but that's
I-
the character he's supposed to play.
I appreciate that he's like a legacy character and he's been through everything. But
Oh, do you want me to slip him?
I was gonna go D with him.
All right. Okay. We'll have to meet in the middle then. We'll do
All right,
C.
That's fine. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Cad Bane's clearly S. No.
He's
so,
A.
thank you. See, I think there is a difference between Cad Bane, which is weird for me, Cad Bane and Boba Fett. I feel like Cad Bane is a tier higher. I don't know.
I feel like they should be neck and neck, but continue on.
All right. Yeah, maybe we can revisit. The bounty hunters are weird ones for me. So, Rex, C,
I was gonna say you're gonna put Rex at B, then you gotta put Boba Fett up.
or Rex down.
That's fine. Rex on B, that's good.
I think Rex at B is solid. I'm happy with that. Okay, this is where we're gonna get hairy real quick.
I can't see. Who is that?
That is Cassian.
Did you just drop Cassian on D tier, my guy?
Yeah. So while Rogue One is one of my favorite movies, I think it's almost because a lot of the characters are throwaways. No.
Dude, I could have sworn that you love Cassian and the darkness of the rebellion and the fucking savage spy nature of him
But
being an agent.
I do like the darkness of the rebellion and the savage spyness of the rebellion.
But he embodies that.
We a little bit.
I cannot believe he's
All
a
right,
D. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I think you're right. We'll bump him up to a C tier. He'll be at least in line with BB-8. I think that makes me feel a little better right there.
Well, we'll probably feel better after the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of potential for him to move up. All right, so I know where you want to put Chewbacca, but
I would put him at A. But
A?
I'm a
Okay.
Chewbacca fan. I'm a self-professed Chewbacca fan.
Chirrut Imwe. C? If we're going to put Cassie in there, or are we going to slip him? He's a pretty shallow character. I think D.
Force sensitive non-Jedi though. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Rogue One in a minute. Maybe put him right in line with Cassian at C.
Okay.
By the way, if you're just listening to this, you can see like the tier list and everything on YouTube. That way, it doesn't sound like we're just shouting letters at each other.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Dooku.
Count Dooku's an A for me. I don't know if you agree with that. I've always loved Count Dooku.
I'm okay with
Considering
an A.
everything we know about everyone, not just movies.
Yeah, no, I'm good with an A.
Yes.
Darth Maul. I think he's become a C. I think at one point he may have been a B.
Oh, what? Prequel fans hate you, dude.
Look, I'm trying to include everything that they've created on these characters now.
I would have said A before the Clone Wars.
Okay. So
I would say B. But now having seen him in Rebels and Solo, maybe I would bump him back up.
We'll leave him at B. I'm okay
fine.
with Asajj and Maul. They're very similar characters, so
That's fair.
Vader all the way up.
Well, Vader and Anakin are separate. Okay.
Yep.
You're gonna put all the Rogue One characters on C, aren't you? Together.
I'm gonna actually put Krennic at.
No, you're not.
No.
Orson Krennic is going.
This one's a weird one. I'm going to put him at D, and that's not because I don't like him. I don't know if he's necessary, which is weird. Like, I feel like Tarkin could have just done everything that Director Krennic did, and it would have been even better.
If the CGI was good enough for him to carry a whole movie.
Right, and maybe that's why they did this, but I like Krennic. I do. I feel bad putting him at D, but I don't think he adds enough to the story, and he's not the biggest difference maker. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, we got to eventually fill out the bottom lines, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
All right, so Palpatine. All right.
He would have been an S.
I think
a couple years ago.
I think he's going to slip to an A. That's
fair.
Which makes me feel bad because, well, fuck. Now like Cad Bane's up there. I don't know.
That's
okay
what
with
I
it.
mean. Now you got to kind of bump.
Bump everybody down one.
Right. Now that we see where Vader and... No, we'll keep going for right now. Yeah.
Okay. Ezra is F.
That's mean. I'm rewatching it right now with my kiddo.
You want?
I don't know. I feel bad saying that because, like, in the context of a kid's Disney cartoon, it's like, yeah, I mean, he's just like the coming of age Aladdin character.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, it's because he does some cool stuff. We'll move him up to D. Because I do. I also feel bad. It's not like. So as we're gonna go through these, you guys are gonna notice that like we're putting people in D and F that I still like. Like they still do cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars. I mean, we all like this, so we got to tear them up, bro.
Star Wars, baby.
Finn. Oof.
Yeah, I'd say C.
Okay, I'm happy with that. Grievous.
See, that's where it's. I almost wanted to say A, but that's where you got Palpatine and Dooku.
Yeah, I think he's
B tier is good.
He's too shallow of a character, even though he's fucking epic.
Right,
Like,
but he's in half of one movie.
Oh, Hux.
Oh God, because they fucking ruined him, man.
I'm leaving him at D. I want to move him up because of Episode 7, but I can't with how they treated him.
He's so brutal too.
Yeah, there was so much.
The comics I read, oh my God, what a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
One scene can make me drop him from A to D. Well,
Yep.
maybe not A, but whatever. Continue
It
on.
was bad. Thrawn is kind of a wild card, depending on the Thrawn we're talking about.
Dude, he is such a wild card.
I'm just going to put him with all the other bad guys, with Grievous, Maul.
All
in
the bad henchmen.
B tier. You know, it's weird because outside of, well, we put Dooku up there too. I was gonna say Vader and Palpatine are probably gonna be our highest bad guys, but
Yeah.
Dooku's up there. All right, Tarkin's a wild card too. He's only in 15 fucking minutes of a movie.
See, Tarkin should be neck and neck with Thrawn.
Or higher.
No, I think B is fair for Tarkin.
Okay. I was looking at Cad Bane.
Yeah, I think by the end of this, Cad Bane's gonna have to bop down a little bit.
Bob down. Okay. So Tarkin at B tier.
I'm fair.
Han Solo. A?
A. Yeah, definitely. That's an easy one.
Hera.
C.
She's cool. I like, yeah, C.
She's probably my favorite in Rebels.
Yeah, yeah. Who's the Hondo?
I can't, yeah.
I'm just going to throw
Oh,
him
yeah,
in.
I can just zoom in. Nice. Hondo Onaka? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, see, I feel bad about that, too, but he's like the comic relief guy in Rebels, you know?
Yeah, yeah. He's at the bottom for me.
All right, maybe
we got to fill something out here.
Maybe move Ezra down then, if he's going to be there. Yeah, that's fair.
I like Ezra better, though.
All right, fine.
All right, this might be a controversial one.
It is for other fans. You're going to put Jabba the Hutt at S tier, baby. No, I hate Jabba.
You do?
I kind of do.
All right,
I
I'm
kinda
good with
do.
D tier.
Yeah, D tier for Jabba. That's fair.
I mean, the best thing that Jabba does is die.
I like his voice. S tier voice. That's for sure.
Yeah, S tier voice. Yeah, I agree. Django. Here's a wild card. So I don't want to put him as high as Boba.
You know, I just have personal attachment to the clones.
I know
coming
you
into
do.
The mix. I would maybe say that they're even, but I can feel you if Boba Fett should be higher. He has a bit more legacy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Django at C tier. I think he is better than the other C tier characters that we have, but
That makes me sad. All right.
we can jumble these a little later here.
We're going to do some jumbling, that's for sure.
Um,
Urso should be C tier too, right?
all right,
Right next to all the Rogue One guys.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I did this whole thing by myself before we started recording, and all of the Rogue One characters were actually bumped down to D.
Ooh. That's your favorite movie.
I know. K2SO though.
Yeah. That's too high.
B tier.
Yeah, B tier. He's really cool, but like he's only in the one thing.
Yeah. I don't even know who this character is. Or is that Kanan?
Is Kanan after he goes blind.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert.
I'll put him with Ezra in D tier.
So sad.
Kylo Ren, A tier.
I would go S for Kylo.
I know you would.
That's just me, so I think A is fair.
I don't think I can put Kylo Ren above Palpatine or Dooku. So
I can now that I've seen Rise of Skywalker.
yeah. All right. So Lando's F.
Lando's definitely F, dude.
We're good with that?
Dude.
D. We can't do that to Lando.
We need to put this on Twitter and get some hate, get some buzz going just because we hate Lando.
That's fine with me.
I put young Lando higher, but yeah, Lando in general, D is fine.
Okay. Luke.
I would go A as well.
Okay. See, it's the OT, the big heavy OT characters like Han, Luke.
Yep.
I don't know. See, now we've got Mace Windu. Maybe B tier?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm okay with that. We got Din Djarin.
A.
You want to put him above?
No, I think Boba should be up there too, but I love Din Djarin's a great character. He's one of the greatest new canon characters that we have, man.
All right.
Character development, backstory, badassery.
Yeah. Maz, I don't mind Maz, but she's just they had
It's
potential
another one
there.
that they ruined.
I don't even want to. They just didn't
They floundered.
do anything with her.
Like she went from possibly being the new Yoda to sitting next to Leia while she dies.
Which was pretty epic, but you're right. Like, she knows a lot about the Force. She's several hundred years old. There was a lot of potential there. And then, like, she does some trade dispute over a fucking conference call. And you're like, what the fuck is even happening? Yeah, they did not pan her out very well.
Yeah.
Kenobi,
S,
A, or S. I'm
obviously.
sorry, S tier.
Padme.
Padme, I put her at A.
Now we're talking. Thank you.
I really, really want to put her at S, but just the heaviness of the story. I think she. Well, the other thing is, all these other S characters are in multiple trilogies.
That's true.
Padme's
they have a bit
only
more
in the
crossover.
prequels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poe Dameron.
Put him in C next to his goddamn friend.
Okay.
Him and Finn.
Now, Leia.
This is a very tough one. I've been thinking about this since the beginning of the game.
So, of course, the only options are S or A.
Yeah.
I might. This might be. So, if. Okay.
Thank
I'm
you.
just going to
Yes,
put her in.
thank you.
I'm going to put her in S. I think this is the one time that the OT trilogy or OT character actually is over the prequel. I like Padme, but Leia's the badass here.
Leia is, and actually, as I was thinking about where to put her, I think she has more and deeper character development than Luke does. That's why I want to put her above Luke.
Oh, I didn't even really pay attention to that. No, I like it. She was always supposed to be the strongest of the two.
Fuck yeah, dude.
She's the wiser. She's a fucking diplomat, and then we've seen her in as a child now in Kenobi, and it added to it. You're like, dude, she was a
100%.
badass at fucking 8 years old. No one
Talking
cares.
shit, dude. Who are these old men?
Shit. Qui-Gon, A tier.
Thank you. No debate. R2D2.
R2D2, A tier.
Thank you.
Rey.
Tough one. Hot topic. Hot button issue around fans.
Yeah, so this is actually tough for me too, because I don't think she makes A. She clearly doesn't make S. So she's in this like B, C, D, like depending on the no.
You don't think she makes A?
No. So we're putting her at B.
Really?
No.
All right. I'm surprised by that. I mean, she is the lead of the sequel trilogy.
All right. Rose gets F tier. That's not her fault, but they kind of fucked around with her whole thing too.
Yeah. That sucks. I feel bad. Savaja Press, is there a G tier?
Is there?
Can you leave him off? Leave him on the bottom, please.
Yeah. Sabine. I actually like Sabine in the grand scheme of things. I'll put her at C. She's there with Hera.
Sabine
I like
and
it.
Hera, I would say, yeah.
Oh, here's another bad one. So we only got 2 left, guys.
So Snoke.
Snoke. See, I don't think he's a Palpatine. I don't think he's even a Kylo. He's got to slip to B with the other bad guys.
I think so. Yeah.
He's just in the bad guy tier.
I think so. That's fair. And then Yoda is S tier, definitely. Oh, Mopar's
I was
thinking A.
I was putting Yoda in A. So I want to hear your argument. Why would you put Yoda at the top?
Well, I mean, from the bad guy's point of view, like, yeah, he kind of fucked everything up because he was in charge. But he's a legacy character just like, Obi-Wan and everything. He's threading through all of the trilogies. Like, if he had gotten, like, imagine this is pre-Rise of Skywalker. You put Palpatine in S tier, definitely, right? So I would put Yoda right next to him. And they haven't ruined Yoda yet. The way they ruined Palpatine. That's just my argument. But if we agree on A tier, what's the chat say? No one. Fucko, what the hell, man?
He's just still pissed about
3PO and Grogu.
So as we sit here, we got S tiers: Anakin, Ahsoka, Vader, Obi-Wan, and Leia.
You don't think Yoda belongs in that group? I can go either way.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna hold out on that.
Okay.
I think
And
a
now
lot
that-
of it
Now
might
that you've
be.
seen it all, do you think Cad Bane needs to move? Or you like it?
It's weird to me because Cad Bane he almost is what Boba Fett is to OT guys. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, but every time he's on screen, it's the coolest shit I've ever seen a bounty hunter do in all of Star Wars.
And it commands your attention.
It does. Dude, he was the big bomb drop in all of Boba Fett. Like, you fucking walking up like the goddamn Man in Black. You're like, what the fuck is happening?
That's true.
I think
true.
I know he's one of my favorites.
Hey, if I'll argue for Mando in A tier, then I'll keep Cad Bane in A tier. That's fair. I'm happy with A tier.
Okay. A tier is pretty much locked in.
Yeah, so we got Cad Bane, Chewie, Count Dooku, Palpatine, Han Solo, Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker, Mando, Padme, Qui-Gon Jinn, R2-D2, and Yoda in A tier.
Yeah.
B
tier, I feel like we could probably move around a little bit if we really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Witch Hunter, Fucko saying Padme and Luke should be an S.
And Kylo should be an S as well.
Let me see how this looks. Padme, Kylo, and he's... I mean... Man, that is... That looks good.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I almost still want to put Luke down one. But, you know...
I'm just going to channel old Luke and keep him up.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, and the splashes of Luke that we've gotten in, like, Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And Mando Season 2, like...
Yeah.
The Luke hallway scene...
True. Very true. Very true. I haven't seen that in a minute.
Fucking nice. And then when he's dropping knowledge with Ahsoka and questioning
Always
the
got
Jedi,
knowledge, dude.
I have grown a lot to like Luke. So
cool. B tier is Grogu and all the bad henchmen guys.
yeah, it's kind of just a general bland. Like this is the bad guy for a couple weeks, and then they get cut in half, and then you go back to Palpatine. And you're like, all right. Yeah.
Snoke also says Rey should be S tier.
I'm not.
I had a feeling maybe she should be higher than B. I mean, she should be one rung below wherever Luke is. So if you're gonna keep Luke up, okay, there you go. Move Luke down just to keep it. All right, that's fair.
No, I look. Comparing the tiers, is Rey as good as Palpatine? Is Rey as good as Han? Or Qui-Gon, or Yoda? The answer is no.
Rey and Palpatine are related, so technically the answer is yes.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Since the very beginning.
Bumping Palpatine down then.
Put Palpatine in F, dude. Get out of here, she.
Put him in F. Yeah, which Palpatine are we talking about? The clone of the clone or the clone of the clones?
No, that's fine. I'm okay with that. And then we got all the cast of Rogue One at C tier.
It is all the entire cast except for Krennic, which I actually bumped down into D.
Yep, D tier is a lot of rebels, and then Jabba and Lando. People are pissed that we have Lando down in D tier with Holdo. People are gonna fucking hate that. I love it.
This has like a good balance to it though. There's not too many people in the F tier, and it's perfectly like kind of the obvious ones. D tier, you got to fill it out somehow, and I'm. Simply put, all of these have big mistakes attached to them. Outside of, I feel like Krennic wasn't a big mistake. There wasn't much there.
He just gets overshadowed. Yeah, it's fine. I am pretty okay with that. If I was like publishing this, I would probably bump Rose up to D. But in the grand scheme of things, and the fact that I don't give enough of a fuck, I would probably.
Leave her an F.
Yeah, I think so.
What's
your and then Jabba's down at F too. Yeah. Again, jump to YouTube and so you can see what like the actual final version of
I
this
can save
like.
this.
Oh yeah, save it. We'll post it.
Download
so what is your once you download it, you can't update anything else.
That's all right.
Oh, put it back up. I was going to ask you a question. Hurry up, dude.
What is your question?
I was going to say, what is your biggest regret in this list? Meaning the character that like, oh, if only I would have put him higher. But because of, they ruined the character or whatever, you had to bump him down to a lower tier.
I don't know. I'm going to have to bring it up here again. Sorry,
I know you like shut your computer down basically.
No, I literally clicked the wrong thing and I said block my screen sharing. Now I can't screen share. So, I still have the pick here. So just off the bat, the one that I do feel bad is Rose at the bottom. But
Yeah.
it's no.
Someone's
it's
got
not.
to be at the bottom.
Yeah, I just don't like her character.
Someone's got to be at the bottom.
Biggest. I'm gonna say Hux.
Yeah,
We put him at D tier. He could have solidly been at A.
I agree.
The other one would be definitely like Snoke. If they played him out well enough, he could be scratching S.
I mean, Palpatine should be S.
Palpatine should be S, but he's not.
Fuckers. Yeah, that was fun. I love a good tier list, man.
Yeah, I'm okay with the balance here too. I feel like all the general bad guys that weren't Sidious or Vader are all just into like a general bad tier, the B tier.
The bad, yeah, exactly. The bad guys, badass.
Even got Samuel Jackson, I fucking you, in the B tier.
He's pissed about it, dude.
He is pissed about it.
Why don't you put me on tier up, motherfucker?
That was borderline treasonous there. Why don't you put me up there, motherfucker?
I love getting treasonous, dude. I think like tier list is almost better than like doing like a ranking from like 1 to whatever.
Yeah.
Like even if we were going to do the movies again, instead of just going in order, now that there's more than 9, or back when we started and it was just 6 movies, we used to just go, oh yeah, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 6. Like it was so much easier. Now that there's 11 and now there's series involved, it's like impossible.
Right,
and
ranking
a
them
tier list would be easier.
Ranking them's hard because it forces you to say, well, okay, episode 3's above 6. But in a tier list, they can be on the same level.
Right, they can be even. Yeah. Equal. Ay.
Sum of all its parts are greater than the equal
Greater
parts
than
of
the division sign of the cosine.
It's like ball dick ball.
Hey, prof.
Hey, prof.
I love that. It's funny. So have you
Way too tight.
Have you watched anything new in the past couple weeks?
I am still chipping away at Multiverse, unfortunately.
Just watching a scene at a time?
It's literally a scene at a time. And I had to restart because I was like an hour in. I was like, I don't even really understand what's going on. So I had to restart. So I'm back at square one. I've gotten to the point where Scarlet Witch is fucking up the druids or whoever the...
What? Did she go to Middle Earth at some point? What's going on?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
She's fighting the Fangorn Forest? What are you talking about?
She attacks the temple.
Oh, yeah. That's like the second thing that happens.
Yeah, it is. It is.
In my mind, after watching it, when we saw it in theaters, I was like, from once that scene is over to the rest of the movie, I thought was fantastic. It's the first like 20, 30 minutes. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the girl to like something to happen. Mm-hmm. Like they introduced her right off the bat, and then she's just been a background character for the next half hour, and you're like, well, you're saying she's powerful.
You'll get there,
but we don't even see her do anything yet. Yeah, exactly. I'm complaining about something I have nothing.
It's like you just watched the first episode of Doctor Strange, and you're waiting for the second one, and we're critiquing it before you get to episode 2 of Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
and the Multiverse of Madness. That's why the problem with series is.
I do completely enjoy seeing Scarlet Witch go full fucking Scarlet Witch though.
Dude, yeah, and creepy too.
Yes,
witchy.
That's the witch stuff will always get me.
Just wait, dude.
I can't fucking wait.
Just wait. It's fucking awesome. Watch it tonight with the lights off.
Watch it outside.
Watch
Under
it
an umbrella.
Under the full moon while a werewolf's attacking you.
Watch it in the woods with a stick.
You know what I'm saying, dude.
Oh no.
You can't watch a horror movie at 9 a.m.
No, I am on board. The witchiness, the witchcraft, the creepiness, it's not magic. What are they calling it? Or no, it is magic,
I
but it's not
think
witchcraft. They just
hers
call
is
it witchcraft.
witchcraft. Yeah. Doctor Strange is magic. And there's some other types too that's getting introduced. Like Ms. Marvel has some different alternate dimension power thing. I don't know what it's called.
Miss Marvel.
Ms.
That's
Marvel,
a series.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode of that. That seems fun.
It is fun.
It's
you
fun.
know, the hooligans in the chat were talking about Moon Knight and Ms. Marvel because those are the two most recent ones. And unfortunately, at this moment in time, I think Ms. Marvel's a better show.
They're
Now,
so different.
I feel, well, they are. And I feel like I will come around to Moon Knight, but it's so trippy and confusing. I need to watch it again in like one sitting or two sittings, like straight through, because it's unlike any Marvel thing. It was wacky as hell. It was absolutely wild. I wonder if someone's done a recut of that shit. But I like Miss Marvel, dude. It's cool. Teenage shit. It's fine. Dig it.
Yeah. It's put together really well. It's a solid, like if that came out in the 90s, like I feel like it has a structure of a 90s series, like coming of age 90s series, but it just is it's produced so much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the effects and the settings, everything's just it's like a movie. It's like I'm watching a movie.
I haven't gotten that low budget vibe yet,
Yeah.
which I have on some of their series. And unfortunately, it looks like I will get that feeling on She-Hulk because that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm a little worried about that one. I'm still
not-
going to watch them, though. I'm watching all of them, dude. I don't give a
not
fuck.
holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath for that.
Don't hold your... Well, that was like a catchphrase in like an old show or a movie or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Don't hold your breath?
There was a character that like that was like her... She would say, don't hold your breath, and then like walk off screen. I don't know. I could be making it up. It just came back to me like it was a Nickelodeon show or something like that. I don't know.
Have you ever seen Carrie?
It's been a while. I probably watched it with you back in like high school for the last time.
It's a weird one that doesn't... that's a weird one that I actually think the remake is better. And that's going to probably piss a lot of people off.
Wait, really? I feel like I was just listening to a podcast and they said the remake was horrible.
See,
And they had to go back to the original one to cleanse their palate.
Really?
That's what I heard.
I like the effects. It adds so much more.
Just not being like dated. Aged.
Yeah. No, that's one of those. It's kind of a simple story, but it gets dark, and I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a couple things. Well, it's all a peak at the end. You know, she goes fucking crazy at the end, but they add like almost a little more to the end of the movie where she goes outside of that ballroom or whatever wherever they're having to dance. She goes outside and starts fucking people up on the streets, and it's like. Or she's chasing them down, the couple that fucks her over.
Yeah, the popular kids or whatever.
Yeah, it's something brutal. I can't even put my finger on it. I can't remember. Something brutal happens at the end that it adds to my
enjoyment of brutalization.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to watch horror movies, but I'm trying to wait until at least September, getting into the fall season. But I started reading through The Dark Tower again, and I kind of stagnated, unfortunately, only because I'm so busy, like not finding time to read.
Yeah.
But it had me wanting to dive into some Stephen King movies because there's so many adaptations and so many movies that I didn't even at first glance realize were Stephen King. But it got me wanting to just watch like some, like I've seen The Shining a million times.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Tower I've watched a lot, but I was kind of wanting to dive into some other.
You've watched The Dark Tower a lot?
Yeah. I watched it like 4 or 5 times.
The newer one?
From 2017 or something? Yeah.
Oh wow. I think I've
it.
watched
Everyone
it twice.
hates it.
Yeah, I think I've watched it twice, and I was like, oh, that's still like interesting and fun.
I liked it, and it's this is the thing that I've been trying to wrap my head around as like a Star Wars fan and a Marvel fan, and I felt the same way even after I watched Thor, which just came out. It's like I feel like fans have an expectation that every movie has to be the new best movie you've ever seen ever.
Yeah.
And like you can't just go in and enjoy it and be like, I'm going to see Thor. I know what I got based on Ragnarok. It's going to be funny and goofy, and it's like it's just going to be a solid movie. It doesn't have to be the new best Marvel movie that's ever been made.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an Endgame again. You know what I mean? So I always see on like Dark Tower subreddit and stuff, people complaining about the movie. It's so bad, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I think it's fun. And did you ever did you really think they were going to make a movie out of this 7-book epic series?
Right.
Like, they barely squeezed that in with Harry Potter. It became 8 movies. Like, they were not going to do that. So they adapted it as much as they could for just, one film, and I thought it was fun. I wish it was longer. But it's fun, dude. But anyways, yeah, I was just wanting to watch some old, different Stephen King stuff, which I haven't seen yet. So if you have any recommendations, I know you liked Firestarter and Carrie.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch Firestarter. They're supposed to be remaking Firestarter. Actually, I think it's out soon.
I think, yeah, they just did. And then, what was the one with the car? Christine?
Christine's one of those rare ones that the old one, I don't think they've remade it, but my God, is it still good.
Yeah?
I'm biased, of course. So I just like
Cars
car
and
movies,
shit.
but
Nostalgia.
it's pretty fucked. I mean, there's some scenes in that you're like, oh, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
But
when one of the bullies is running from the car, first of all, the car runs over the lead bully at a gas station, and the car's on fire when it happens. So not only do you see a dead body roll out from under the car, it's on fire too.
Nice.
And then it drives away, and then one of the other hooligans that was buddies with him is running in town, and he goes in between 2 buildings, and it's too narrow for the car, and the car just crushes itself driving in between the buildings just to kill that kid. And it's like, what the fuck?
It's like the Terminator became a car.
It is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or like Michael Myers is a car.
Yeah, it's it doesn't even have to make sense. It like regenerates itself. Like
Yeah.
it fixes itself overnight. I think the story, the book, I've only read like half the book, but there's a lot more spirits and evil demons and stuff that like you can hear talk and persuade and a little more devilish in the book, whereas like the movie's just a car that's killing people. So
nice, man. Well, yeah, maybe I'll catch some of those. I don't know.
did you ever watch that evil superhero kid movie? I forget what the fuck it was called.
Ooh, that's a deep hole, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Brightburn. It's got terrible reviews. That sucks.
Why did you just watch it or something?
No, I've always wanted to watch it because it's like a kid. I think he's bullied or something, and then he comes out and says, "Oh, I have these powers," and he's shunned for it, and he just starts going fucking crazy. I think.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, it's called
see.
Brightburn.
Is this on? Yeah. I haven't seen this, but there's something like similar. It was like an off-brand superhero film. Let me see if I can figure this out. Who's the creepy dude that was in Amazing Spider-Man 2? I can't remember his name. Nah. Amazing Spider-Man 2, please. He was Osborn in this one.
Oh.
I cannot remember his name. This creepy guy. He was in something where he got superpowers.
Isn't
Chronicle. Did you ever see this?
No.
It was like these kids like go into this quarry in their hometown and they stumble across like a fucking, I don't know, it's like a treasure chest or some alien ship or something, and it gives them powers. And the dude's like a total,
Douchebaggery.
total dork, and like no one likes him, and then he finally like has some powers and he goes ballistic with it and like tries to destroy the town. But it was interesting. It was like that movie Hancock with Will Smith. It's like a superhero adjacent, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I thought of when you mentioned that.
I gotta finish The Boys on Amazon.
I keep hearing talk about that too. I don't know anything about it.
It's great. It's more of just like a like what would actually happen if there were superheroes on Earth.
Like
they would
Watchmen
abuse
kinda
their
thing?
power. They would abuse their power. They would do shit they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
And they'd still be looked up to regardless. It gets pretty violent pretty quick.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a series, right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. I think I might have
have to
finished the
start
first
that.
season, but it's heavy.
I'm gonna add it to my ever-growing list of things that I will never watch.
Yep.
Makes me feel like I might watch it, so I can feel good about it. Movie watch list. The Boys.
Kill, murder.
I forgot. I don't know if you forgot that Avatar is coming out this year.
Jesus, yeah, I forgot.
I saw a trailer before Thor for Avatar. They actually messed up and played it twice in a row. But Avatar 2. I don't know.
Did you ever see Glass?
Oh, no, but I wanted to. Yeah.
See, there's a few of them out
Samuel
there.
L. Jackson and Bruce Willis.
Yep.
Yeah. I did want to see that.
Let's see. Oh, this has got bad ratings too, but
Everything's got bad ratings nowadays, dude.
you're right. I still want to see it. Yeah.
Like, literally everything has bad ratings.
It's got terrible ratings, and it made 247 million.
Must be bad, dude.
Terrible. They didn't hit 248 million, so fuck them.
Anything under 250 is a failure.
Yeah, I do. I actually, Hereditary is another one. I think Tommy Boy said it was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it actually has good ratings. But
Horror movies are rare. Oh, they also played a trailer for another Jordan Peele like thriller movie.
yeah,
And I was sitting back and thinking and realized I never have seen any of those. So I need to make a list of just all of his.
you've never seen Get Out?
No.
Oh Jesus.
I think he's got like 4 or 5 at this point.
Yeah, he's yeah. They're good. They're fucking good, bro.
Yeah, I did. Get Out.
I've been kind of in a
Us.
Tarantino mood.
Okay.
Inglourious Bastards, Django. I want to watch some of that shit.
Yeah. I always love that kind of shit. I would love to. I wonder what his last movie's going to be.
You know, random
Apparently
movie. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, apparently he's going to do like one more. Yeah, he was talking on Rogan when he was on like last year, but he was like, he wanted to make, is he up to 9 now or 10? But he wanted to make like 10 movies, and he's got one more to do after Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I haven't seen that either. Jeez.
Wait, you didn't see it at all?
Mm-mm.
No shit, dude. Really? Yeah, you got to watch that, man, if you're in for some Tarantino. It's long, but it's good. It's like it's got the Manson murder stuff kind of rolled into the Hollywood scene in the 60s.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Kill Bills, Inglourious Bastards.
Do it!
I really want to watch Inglourious Bastards like yesterday.
Do it, man. I support that decision. Watch
Shut
them
up.
all. We'll do a Tarantino review episode next week.
Tell you what, I'm gonna watch Kill Bill, Inglourious Bastards, and Django.
What, Ski King?
Tell you what.
Kill Bill, both of them, right? You got to watch both of them.
See, I liked the Kill Bills, but I wasn't like a hyper fan as a lot of people were.
Mm-hmm.
They were really fun, and that's how kind of where it just lived with me. But I felt like a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, that was groundbreaking." I was like, I don't know, I enjoyed it.
He's just got such a distinct style, and he blends the most random styles together.
It's almost like the Dark Tower.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say that. He's got the martial arts, kind of mystical stuff, Western going on, and then also like
Matrix,
mob, like a
jumping
hit movie.
around.
Right. All of that mixed up together. And then Uma Thurman's the lead, and she's a savage. Yeah, I haven't watched the 2 parts back to back in so long.
Yeah,
I don't even know last time I did, but yeah. I know. That's how I feel about all of his stuff. It's like I really enjoy it, but I don't think oh man, that's like the best movie I've ever seen ever.
yeah.
So I always thought that about Pulp Fiction too.
You know, movies that I were kind of on like loop this week when I was in the hotel was Batman Begins and Dark Knight.
Nice. They
Um,
are good things.
It's gonna be sacrilege. I think The Dark Knight might have fallen a half tick.
Why is that?
I don't know, man.
You think Hollywood just gets better and people just get better at making movies, so the movies get better?
I don't think that one is old enough to even like
Yeah.
entertain what the
It's
hell
not
you just
a
said.
classic. Whatever the fuck I was just rambling about.
But yeah, I think obviously like the Joker holds that all together, and he is the shining star. And it's one of those things like, what's his face is not my favorite Batman. So like having to watch
Right.
him, and he's not even my favorite Bruce Wayne. So he's missed on both aspects of Bruce and
He
Batman.
might be like my least favorite Bruce Wayne. I like
I
him
think,
most as Batman.
You like him most as Batman.
Sorry, no, I said that incorrectly. With Christian Bale's performance, I like him as Batman a lot. I don't like him as Bruce Wayne at all.
Right. But who's your favorite Batman?
Still Ben Affleck, yeah.
Really? Okay.
I can't get over how much this fucking thing is jiggling around. Yeah,
Jiggling.
I really like Bruce Wayne. He's my favorite,
Some of
superhero.
Yeah,
Some of it.
Yeah, it was groundbreaking for the time, and I maybe you're right. Like after 13, 14 goddamn years or however long ago, yeah, things have
It did
just
kick into
evolved.
style, that's for sure. I mean, the first whole like phase and a half of Marvel all had that kind of like military down to earth vibe.
Yeah,
And I don't know exactly what year. Let's see. Batman began. I kind of want to say it was kind of started by that movie. 2005.
was Batman Begins?
Batman Begins. I mean, I could be wrong. I think like the first 2 X-Men movies were in a similar vein, but I feel like they didn't hit as big as Batman Begins did.
Yeah, they didn't.
And I feel like from Batman Begins through, I don't know what, like Avengers 1,
Yeah,
they kind of had that vibe. I don't know. I'm not a fucking film critic, dude.
The action in The Dark Knight is not the greatest. The fight scenes in The Dark Knight are not the greatest.
Really?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought that as one of the things that might be like a little weaker.
yeah, I don't even want to call it weak. It's just
Once you see Ben Affleck killing people, it's not the same.
well,
Once you see him breaking a brick wall with someone's head.
but it's you're right. I mean, Ben Affleck fucking people in that like dark
fucking
room
people
where
in that dark room, dude. Yeah, I know.
and then you look at Harrison Ford's Batman, whatever the kid's name is. What's the kid's name?
Harrison Ford's Batman. That's my favorite Bruce Wayne and Batman. Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson. He has a couple fight scenes in the dark that it's just fucking perfect. It's beautiful. I feel like we don't get that in The Dark Knight. So maybe it's more of that like, and it's like the Vader hallway scene. It's the Luke hallway scene. It's like that calling card. But we don't really get that. I don't think it takes away from the movie. It just is lacking that little bit. I don't know.
I understand. I haven't seen Begins in a minute, so I might actually want to watch that sometime soon.
It's a little rougher. It's definitely a little rougher.
Really?
But I still enjoy it. I will sit there and watch that all fucking day.
It's here. I know this is like the running meme with millennials because it's been happening for a while, but that movie's almost 20 years old.
Jesus.
Think it's crazy. I feel like I was just like, oh yeah, like 3 years ago, I went over to Butterclones and he was watching Batman Begins. That's the first time I saw it. It's almost 20 years old.
Well, that's the issue. I can't say like, oh yeah, a decade ago. It's like, wait, how many fucking decades? Where are we at now?
We jumped from like last year to 20 years ago.
Yeah. You're
Oh,
not
whatever.
wrong there.
We're getting old, man. Whatever. This podcast is almost 9 years old.
Jesus, stop. Yeah, we've got a whole 14 followers still.
Hey, man, that's the way I like it. It's low,
Yeah,
low
it's-
stakes.
It's true.
It's low stakes. We don't have any risk of getting canceled when we only have 14 hooligans.
14 hooligans is right. Yeah, anything else?
No, catch up on Marvel so we can talk about it, please.
I'm trying, man. Trying. Yeah, kind of all my sports shit is
Oh, hey, I look like
long
Michael Keaton right now.
long gone. Where are the other drugs?
Right on. Is it wrong, Batman?
We're making shit up as we go. Year 9, we'll get it right.
Episode 307.
Thank you, guys.
Go watch. Is it what are you watching? Basketball or something? What sports pod?
No, I was just saying, like, all the stuff that I like to watch is over, and I'm not. I'll watch football, but I'm not like a huge football person. So that's the next
now that
thing.
It's over.
I have like 3 months of nothing. So
wonderful, stupendous, glorious, lovely. Thank you all for tuning in with us.
Extravagant, benevolent, Cretaceous.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hey, I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Side note.
Fuck.
Yeah.
How was
I've been
that?
there. I think that was probably my 3rd time I've been there. It's still, a lot of people say it's underwhelming. It's like, there's a lot there. It's missing a lot. I'll say that. It's missing a lot. It pays more homage to
50s and 60s shit, probably.
yeah, like the biggest
Blues and Elvis and
influencer. Yeah, like who it's not like who was the best. It's like who was the earliest to do it.
I always have hated that argument. It's why I hate the Beatles, and I kind of hate Elvis too.
And actually, well, there's a lot of Elvis, and they're doing a Beatles thing right now. So half the fucking thing is, but like you don't get into.
That's just what we were just talking about with movies. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the first Star Wars is the best one because it kicked everything off. It's like, no, dude, things got better.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I agree. And me being a metalhead, like the closest thing is Metallica's in there, and then it drops off fucking hard.
I know who's actually in the Hall of Fame in metal. It's probably like Bon Jovi and
yeah, you're right. You want to know?
I can't think of.
You want to know who's not in it?
Def Leppard.
Ozzy Osbourne is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist.
Black Sabbath is, though.
Black Sabbath is. But, like, Ozzy as a solo artist, like, that's a fucking
at this point,
obvious
he's
one.
done more than Black Sabbath has.
Right.
Yeah. Put us on this fucking council of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You can actually, so if you go there, you can vote. You can vote
okay.
bands up. So I actually voted. I couldn't think of anyone. I didn't see the list prior to voting. So we were just kind of typing in random bands, and I typed in Tool, which I like Tool. But I thought they're talented. They were super influential, and they're still not in there. So I was like, "Fucking yeah."
That's a good one.
But yeah, they're not in there. Yeah, you could look at it. Like Motley Crue's not in there, which I'm not a Motley Crue fan, but it's like I would have assumed they were in there.
Yeah. If Def Leppard's in there, they should definitely be in there. So what? They just take votes, and then once a year they do like a big induction.
I think it's limited. I think that's probably the one thing because they're throwing like the crazy 50s blues artists in there. So there's probably 1 or 2 of those every fucking year. So you only got like 3 spots left to throw people in.
Didn't Rush like just get in like a couple years ago?
Rush just got in like 2019.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Dude. I mean, if we got so many bands, like you do have to pick just how many do they do a year? 10?
No, I think it's like 5.
Yeah. See, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
They'll induct Ozzy when he passes away.
Some of the things that I really liked in there were they had the lyrics sheet from James Hetfield writing Enter Sandman. That's awesome. He has like some like scrambled together lyrics that are a part of the song, but then they have like other stuff.
All the stuff that got cut. Yeah.
But at the top it says above Enter Sandman, it says Crib Death. That was the first thing that he wrote because that's what the song was supposed to be about. Did you know that?
No, that's hilarious.
Enter Sandman was supposed to be a song about crib death. And it slowly became Enter Sandman and like kind of, I don't know, dying in your dreams or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, fucking...
I guess it could be still about crib death.
Yeah, well, nightmares and shit,
yeah. Yeah. But
I don't know why he's got a lot of the word nightmare.
He's got a lot of notes on there. He even references Jethro Tull in the lyric sheet, which is interesting because they just lost Jethro Tull in the Grammys for Best Heavy Metal Artist. Jethro Tull won over And Justice for All.
What?
You didn't know that? We're going on a fucking tangent here, guys.
I love Jethro Tull, but man, come on.
In either 89 or 90, they were in the running because of And Justice for All. And they lost to Jethro Tull, which, from a true metalhead, And Justice for All, James Hetfield's up there like, are you fucking kidding me? How did they even get into this genre?
Like, I love Jethro Tull, but That's
And-
rock.
And then Metallica not only had to lose a Jethro Tull, but then they had to play one live at the Grammys, at the same Grammys. And that's that. I think I sent you a short video of James up there singing at the Grammys, singing one, and he looks like a fucking demon up there. He was so pissed he lost the Jethro Tull.
Dude, I cannot believe that.
Yeah.
They have a lot of those awards, though, you know? I think the Rock Hall is, like, I think the official. But I remember they got, like, MTV Icon was a thing
Yeah,
for a while.
they're the biggest band of all time. I don't give a shit. I don't think it's fine.
They are pretty big, man.
They are pretty big.
They are pretty big. They're still touring. I can't believe it. How they're fucking 70 years old.
They're not, but
They're pretty close, dude.
no.
Whatever. I'm exaggerating
No,
for
they're-
effect.
They're 60. They're 60 years old this year.
It's closer to
I think
70
most of
than
them
it
were-
is to 40.
I think most of them were born in 62. 62.
Just made shit up. All right. Now we're done.
Podcast going on 20 years old, bro. X marks the dicks. Let's do it.